If you missed the Aptos airdrop, which I know most of you probably did, then this video is for you. I'm going to be showing you a play in the Aptos ecosystem, which I think could generate returns potentially even bigger than the Aptos airdrop. And I'll be running you guys through the steps to potentially claim these airdrops today. I have focused on some of the bigger airdrops in the past, so I have done Layer 0 and Arbitrum on the channel and on my Twitter. But in today's video, I wanted to focus on some of the smaller airdrops, some of the ones that not so many people are competing for, that I think you have a pretty good chance of getting if you just put a little bit of time in. So that is the focus of today's video. It's going to be a massive show, but before we get into that, it is also a massive day on the markets. We saw Bitcoin break out. I said at the bottom of this green zone that if we did get a bounce, that would be a very strong sign to long, and we actually did. So we did get that bounce from this green zone. We broke through the horizontal at 20K, and now we are currently retesting 20K. So a lot of you guys are asking me, am I longing alts? Because you guys know that I am currently participating in the trading competition. My key level for actually longing alts is if this Bitcoin dominance breaks. So what we have seen is we've seen the rejection of Bitcoin and the retest of 20K, but we've also seen a bounce in Bitcoin dominance because the alts obviously got hit a little bit harder when Bitcoin started to reject. So to long alts, what I would need to see is a clear break of dominance here to the downside. And I would also need to see Bitcoin bounce cleanly off this 20K zone and push up towards this zone. This yellow zone here that are starting at 20,475 is the must break zone. That's definitely a zone that we can look at shorting in the trading competition if we do reject from that level. So this could potentially be a decent short, but we do need to keep our eye on if the dominance is breaking. And we also need to keep our eye on how Bitcoin reacts to these levels. So we're currently in between this range. Very exciting times because we are finally getting a little bit of movement in the market after, we've had a couple of weeks of a very, very stagnant market. So in the trading comp, I'll long if Bitcoin dominance breaks to the downside. I'll potentially look to long alts. On Bitcoin as well, if we do push up and then we get rejected, that would be my indicator to short. So a couple little plays there. That's probably what I'll open in the trading comp. I would have loved to have opened the trades live on the show today, but unfortunately, it just doesn't look like we're going to get it. Maybe by the end of the show, stick around. I'll come back to the charts. Maybe we do get this move, but it may end up happening later in the day. But I will keep you guys updated on my Instagram, and as such, you guys know we stream after there. One more thing before we get into the show. I did just start a new TikTok account. Now, what I want to do with this TikTok account is post short form content. So the YouTube shows are great. This gives me a place to do a long form 15 to 20 minute video for you guys. On the TikTok though, I want to do more short form content. So like give you guys a 30-second rundown of what's happening on Ethereum. I did a video on what metaverse projects I'm looking at. I also did a 45-second video on why I think airdrops are a great strategy to actually earn your first set of cash in crypto. So I'm doing these short videos. So if you guys could follow my TikTok, that would be wonderful. There's a link in the description. I think it's the first link to my TikTok. It's Miles.Deutscher. I'm also going to be giving someone that follows me and comments done on the latest video. You can actually comment anything, but comment done if you don't know what to comment. So follow me, comment done, and I'll be giving away $100 to a random commenter. If you win, you'll know because I'll reply to you in the comments for your wallet address. So yeah, follow me on TikTok. First link in the description. If you potentially want to win $100, I gave away $100 to someone that retweeted my Twitter thread 2 days ago. So shout out to you if you're watching. And yeah, potentially you could do that. You could win that again on TikTok if you follow and comment. But yeah, I will be posting short form content there. So that is going to be a great place for me to update you guys with videos, because I'm going to be posting there 2 times every single day to keep you updated on the market, because sometimes stuff happens in between these shows. And if I can't tweet and I want to make a video on it, then TikTok, I think, is the perfect place. I could have done YouTube Shorts, but I just feel like, I don't know, the short form content on TikTok is just quite easy to consume. And if I can concise down my points, it's good for you guys too. So let's get into this Aptos ecosystem airdrop strategy that I want to share with you today. We have had a very, very, very good few days. So on Friday, I did a video, or no, it was actually Thursday last week. I said I was buying 2 altcoins. I said I was buying Gains Network at 270. That is now up over 35%. So that has been a brilliant trade. Congrats to everyone that got in on gains. You guys know I'm a big fan of gains. I did a show on gains a month ago when it was $1.50. I've been accumulating in recent times, and finally we've gotten some reward for effort here with quite a big pump. I will say this is kind of crazy what is happening on Gains Network right now. It's a great project, but like the momentum is almost unstoppable. So you do have to be careful when things pump like this. So I wouldn't FOMO in. I just wanted to say congrats to the guys that watched the Thursday show, did actually buy gains, and are now significantly up. That was a very good trade. The other very good trade that we did last week live on the show was this Aptos trade. So we got in at $7. At its peak, this was $10. So we were up over 35%. I did take some profits. I'm holding a little bit of a bag now, roughly 40% of my original bag at 880. Maybe we get back to 10 and then I might offload some more. But the Aptos trade has been very, very strong as well. So we've had a couple good trades over the last few days. We are making money in the bear market, which is what I want to do. My job is to give you guys the alpha, the best strategies to make money in this market. I believe airdrops are a great way to do this. I also believe strategic trading is a great way to do this. So I'm very happy we got some reward for effort over the weekend. And now we're starting to see that with the markets moving. So with this Aptos strategy, I do want to run you guys through what I mean by investing in the Aptos ecosystem airdrop. So basically, to get that original airdrop for that $1,500 to $7,000 that people got, that was for signing up for the Aptos incentivized testnet when it originally launched. So a select number of people got access to APT tokens. They were actually sent them to their wallet just for signing up for the incentivized testnet. Now, it's pretty crazy that the amount was so large. Like I saw some people getting even close to $10,000 from this testnet, considering all you had to do was sign up for a testnet. Now, this has led a lot of people to say, you've missed the Aptos airdrop. So it's over. You can't make any money off Aptos anymore. There's no more airdrops. And although that may be true for mainnet, you guys are forgetting that there is an entire ecosystem which has not conducted airdrops yet. And what I mean by this is, sure, the Aptos token has done its airdrop, but you now have an entire ecosystem of projects, over 30 projects that do not have tokens. These projects have just launched, they're barely functional, they barely have any users, they barely have any communities, and they will have tokens in the future. And we know when projects actually go to market in 2022, it does make sense for them to do an airdrop because it's a great way to onboard network activity. So it benefits them because they're getting more people using the platform, setting up wallets, and starting to get used to using their dApps. And it benefits us because we earn free tokens. So we have to take advantage of these opportunities when they come around. And although a lot of people are now jumping to Layer 0, to Arbitrum, to Sui, to some of these other airdrops, I think we are forgetting that there is still juice in Aptos to squeeze out through the Aptos ecosystem. Now, I want to run you guys through a few of the main ones that I'm looking. I did pin this thread at the top of my Twitter account, link in the description to my Twitter as well. If you guys want to check this out, it's the pinned tweet. And I'll be running through some of the key points and also giving you a little more info on some of the coins I'm looking at. So what I've done is I've gone through the Aptos ecosystem and I've identified the top 10 projects that could potentially have an airdrop. So I'm going to run you through quickly each of these projects and the tasks you need to complete the airdrop for these projects. The first project is BlueMove NFT. It's the biggest NFT marketplace on Aptos and Sui. NFT marketplaces, we've seen the success of them through OpenSea on Ethereum, Magic Eden on Solana. They don't always pan out, but we never know what will be the NFT chain until it's the NFT chain. And I think if an ecosystem like Aptos gains traction, NFTs are a logical thing that will gain traction because they really dictate the meme culture and the hype culture behind a chain. And if Aptos gets that, then it does make sense for an NFT marketplace to perform well. If BlueMove can cement themselves as the major marketplace, this token could launch with a decent valuation. Now, actually getting an airdrop on BlueMove should be fairly easy. By the way, guys, remember, you won't get an airdrop for all of these projects. What you're doing here is you're putting yourself in the best possible position through actions to set yourself up for an airdrop. So I'm not saying just because you do what I'm about to say, you'll definitely get an airdrop, because some of these projects, they may not go in that direction. They may decide, look, actually, let's not do an airdrop. But there will be a percentage, and a sizable percentage of projects that do decide to do airdrops. And those are the ones you are trying to get. So you do have to kind of spray and pray a little bit. You kind of have to throw some darts and hope you hit a bullseye. But eventually, if you throw enough darts, you will hit a bullseye. And that is the strategy with airdrops. Provided it doesn't take much time, it's okay, because take that much money, because all you basically need to pay is gas fees, maybe $10 for a bridging transaction, which you'll get back anyway. So on BlueMove, what you need to do is go to the website, go onto the marketplace. So you can go onto the Explore tab here, look at some of the major projects, and simply buy an NFT. The top NFT project right now is currently $15. So it's extremely cheap. There's even projects with NFTs of like $5 or less. This one's like $3. So what I would simply do is connect your wallet to BlueMove, buy an NFT, and then list that NFT, and then buy another NFT. Just do a couple buys, couple sells. It'll take you 5 minutes. That would be the first thing I do on BlueMove NFT. The second thing I do is I go to a website, and there's a link to this in my Twitter thread, called crew3.xyz. What Crew3 is it's a website which allows projects to put in specific quests and tasks that they would like you to complete to get Discord badges. And I do have a feeling here that they will use Crew3 activities based on the amount of XP points that you accrue to dictate who gets the airdrop. So if you connect your Discord to Crew3 on this site and you complete these activities, then what you'll be getting is ranks in the Discord channel. Well, this is community, hottest Twitter, reward daily. You get certain ranks. And by getting these ranks and completing these quests, you will set yourself up for potentially an airdrop. So what I would do as well, obviously you want to buy and sell NFTs. That is probably going to be a prerequisite. I would also go into Crew3 and complete the tasks. Now, the tasks for BlueMove are fairly easy. It's join the Discord, join the Telegram, invite 2 friends, put BlueMove and Mover in the Twitter bio, join the Telegram group chat. Once you complete this, you can remove it from your Twitter bio. You can unretweet. It basically is automated, so it'll tell you when you've completed it. Then the next one is invite 1 friend. Some of these are a bit harder, like invite 20 friends, not going to happen. You can happily skip them and move on to the next. Well, maybe you can invite 20 friends. I don't have 20 friends that would sign up to this personally. You can join the hottest section, which is you just download the app, retweet a tweet. You can just unretweet these at the end of the day. Like, it's fairly easy. Now, some of these are a bit harder, like when you need to invite 20 people. Okay, I understand why you wouldn't be able to do that, but you can still probably complete 1, 2, or 3 of these categories, right? So that's what I would do for BlueMove. The second project is Aptos Launch. This is the biggest launch pad on Aptos. Now, something very fishy happened when I tweeted. This got 1,000 retweets. I'm pretty sure they either Discord rated it, which means they put my tweet in the Discord and demanded people retweet, or they botted it. So it's very weird. It seemed a little bit inorganic. That doesn't sway my opinion of the project, but maybe they just have a very, very strong Discord community. In fact, if we look at their Discord, we can see how many members they have. When that loads, I'll get back to it. So Aptos Launch is a launch pad. So new projects, when they decide to launch an Aptos, they may choose to launch through Aptos Launch. And in that case, you could get access to upcoming projects on Aptos. Very similar, getting an airdrop for Aptos Launch to BlueMove. They have a Crew3. It's in my Twitter. You just want to go through, connect your Discord, connect your wallet, and complete the tasks. They have a few tasks for getting started, Crew3, Discord, and Twitter. Complete the tasks, and that would be one great way to potentially get an airdrop. They do have 40,000 members, so it is feasible that they just said, hey, everyone, retweet Miles's tweet, and that's why I got 1,000 retweets. But that was pretty crazy. Don't know if that's botted or not. Number 3 is Ditto Finance. This is currently the biggest liquid staking platform on Aptos. Now, liquid staking is a way for you to stake your Aptos tokens without having to lock them up, which is very important. And we've seen liquid staking rise to prominence through Metapool on Nia Protocol, but most notably Lido Finance on Ethereum. And we know how successful Lido was. I do believe the top liquid staking platform on Aptos could potentially perform well. And to get an airdrop for this, it's very simple. You want to go to Ditto Finance. So if we go into their Twitter here, go into dittofinance.io, what you want to do is stake Aptos tokens. So literally you can buy $5 worth of tokens, maybe even less, and stake them in their pool. Just staking a little bit of Aptos tokens will probably be a prerequisite if they do decide to do an airdrop, and it does make sense for them to do an airdrop one day and have this as a governance platform. Basically, all of these projects that don't have tokens, they will eventually have tokens. So airdrops do make sense for a lot of them, and I would just stake a little bit of Aptos, and they also have a Crew3 dashboard for you guys. Now, this next one is the best one, in my opinion. This is one of the biggest projects and the most reputable projects on Aptos, and this is called Pontem Network. Now, what Pontem Network is it's an AMM. So think of it like the next Uniswap or the next Radium or Serum on the Aptos network, and it's essentially a DEX, and it also has a built-in bridge and liquidity pool. So since it has a lot of features already live, this one is fairly straightforward to get an airdrop for it. The first thing you want to do is go onto their site and use their bridge. So you want to bridge some assets across from layer 0 to Pontem. The cool thing about Pontem is it is launched in partnership with layer 0. So potentially by using the layer 0 bridges, you will qualify potentially for a small layer 0 airdrop. So it's cool because you're kind of killing two birds with one stone here by using the bridge. But you want to just bridge some tokens. You can do Ethereum, Arbitrum, USDT, USDC. So just some stable coins, let's say $10 from layer 0 to Aptos. And vice versa. You can actually do many projects, many different chains, all EVM compatible: Ethereum, Optimism, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Matic, BNB. Just transfer some money across. That would be the first thing I'd do. The second thing I'd do is I would use their DEX. So I would come onto the swap function and I would put in some Aptos tokens and I would get involved with their DEX. So I just literally swap it for USDT. Once again, this isn't going to cost you anything because you still own these tokens. The only thing it's going to cost you is gas, and gas is so cheap. Gas is like 1 cent. So all these actions, they cost you a few cents, which is why, some people commented and said, oh, this seems like a rug. It's like, what do you mean it seems like a rug? You're spending 3 cents to potentially get hundreds or thousands of dollars worth of airdrops. It's like the only real risk you're taking is exploit risk, but you can mitigate that by starting a fresh wallet. So just literally fund a fresh wallet with like $20 or $10, whatever. And secondly, you're just doing this for the purpose of an airdrop. You're not really like, sure, some of these projects you want to hold long term, but your main focus here is getting an airdrop. So, just because I mentioned these projects doesn't mean they're my favorite projects ever to invest in. They're not, and they don't even have tokens. They're just good ones to get airdrops. So, that's that. Also create an LP because they do have a liquidity pool feature. So if you go to create pool, you can pair tokens together, create an LP. So basically go through every function and use it. Pontem Network is a good project. This is a hot tip I've got for you guys. Because you're going to need to join all of these Discords because to stay up to date with what's happening with the airdrops, what's happening with the requirements, what's happening with new features, you need to be in the Discord. Discord is where these projects will update. Now, they also have Telegrams, but I just find, personally, Discord is a little bit better to use. You will want to create a Discord folder for each ecosystem. So I've given you an example of how this will look. If you're going for Aptos projects, create a Discord folder of the 10 projects I've given you in this thread and put them all in that folder. If you're going for layer 0 projects, because I did a layer 0 thread last week, create a folder with layer 0 projects. If you're going for Arbitrum, then create a folder with Arbitrum projects. It's very simple. You just want to have your Discord organized because that's going to make it much easier for you to adhere to an airdrop strategy if everything is organized in nice, concise little folders. So have it all in the folders. Now, I did give an alpha tip on my Twitter the other day. This was for project number 5 in Aptos, and this was investing in Aptos domains. Now, this risk reward, at the time when I did this thread, it seemed all right, but then I did a little bit more, tweet, it seemed all right, but then I did a little more research into it, and you do have to renew these domains once a year. So it does cost slightly more than I originally thought, but I still think picking up a domain, because you can pick one up for $30 a year, is not a terrible idea if you can get a good domain, because A, you expose yourself to the upside of, if you get a good domain, potentially that appreciating in price if the ecosystem takes off. And B, probably the even bigger point here, is an airdrop for potentially AptosNames tokens. So ENS, Ethereum name service, gave people up to $50,000. Now, obviously, that's Ethereum, so I don't expect nearly the same amount to be on Aptos. But if ENS did a major airdrop, potentially AptosNames does an airdrop, meaning they're going to pay out holders that own domains. So I think it's just worth picking up a domain. It's $30, so yeah, I know it's not for all of you, but if you can, and if you've got enough money and you don't really care about just kind of buying one and forgetting about it, I don't think it's a bad idea. And I'm certainly going to pick up a few, maybe like 10, but it just depends on your portfolio. If you don't have enough money, you can skip this one. But for me, I don't mind picking up a domain, sitting on it, and potentially getting an airdrop. I know how big the ENS one was, so if Aptos does take off, I don't want to miss out on that. Guys, remember, Aptos is, at the end of the day, a $4 billion funded VC. They funded at a $4 billion valuation. So the VCs have put in a lot of money here, hundreds of millions of dollars invested into Aptos. This is a chain that, although I do have my concerns with in terms of how they launched, it's undeniably got a lot of development on it. And a lot of development tends to lead to users at some point. So I do generally think that some of these projects will perform well. And that's why I'm eyeing them off here in terms of getting airdrops, because you may not all love Aptos. I don't love everything about Aptos. I even said at this stage, I'm potentially more of a Sui fan than I am an Aptos fan. It doesn't matter because there's opportunities to make money. And at the end of the day, that's our job in a bear market. Our job is to get more money to invest, because if we want to 10x our portfolios for next cycle, we need to earn money now. And if we can earn money now, then we can 10x that. So let's say you make $1,000 through an airdrop strategy for 3 months. Okay, cool. $1,000 and then invest into quality assets, which could genuinely 20 or 50x, but conservatively 10x next cycle. So 1,000 becomes 10,000. So you have to view every dollar at a 10x multiple to what it currently is. And that's why any strategy we can execute to make a little bit of money now is good. I'm going to speed through the end ones because the strategy here is pretty similar to the previous ones. Tortuga Finance, another liquid staking platform. Connect your wallet, stake some APT. It'll take you a minute. Hippo Labs, this is an aggregation layer. So this is essentially like a DEX, or it's more of an order book style DEX, meaning you can swap tokens with the best rates. It's an aggregator, so it will aggregate transactions. So on its primary DEX, which is the only function launched right now, I do believe, this will aggregate the best rates. Think of it like a 1inch or a Kyber swap, but for Aptos. This is very simple. I would just swap some tokens. For Arco Protocol, this is actually a very interesting one. This is on DevNet, so it's not even on mainnet yet. This is a developer net lending and staking platform. It's very similar to what I would consider like the Aave of Ethereum. This is kind of what Aave is to Ethereum of what Arco is to Aptos. It's a borrowing and lending platform. Right now, you can only borrow and lend APT. So it's actually very simple to potentially get involved in an airdrop here. I would just connect my wallet, lend some APT tokens. So go onto markets, click borrow, and then I would deposit some tokens. Quite simple. You can do it with a few dollars. It doesn't really matter. You still own the tokens. Gas fees are really the primary expense here, which are extremely low. That's a pretty cool protocol, and it's still on DevNet. So I think once it goes to mainnet, this could potentially be a pretty cool protocol, because I haven't seen many borrowing lending platforms yet on Aptos. The ninth one's Aptos Sol. We don't know anything about this project, to be honest. The only reason it's in this thread is because it's so easy to join. So it could pay off, and if it does, all you need to do is retweet, tag a few friends, and fill out a Google form. So considering how easy this is, they just closed responses. That sucks. That's really annoying, because a few hours ago they had responses. Well, forget about that one. I think they've closed their airdrop because they had like 7,000 retweets. Sucks. A few hours ago you could have gotten in. Sorry about that, but we don't know much about it anyway. It just looked like a good opportunity. And then the 10th opportunity, the final opportunity, and this one does require a little more research than the previous ones. This is the Aptos NFT ecosystem. There are a few projects launching on Aptos. We have Spooks, which is an NFT project with utility. We have Bullen. We have Bra Bears. I mean, look, it's a bit of a weird name, but Solana Bears did quite well, so I guess that's that. Raptos is a bunch of top tier Raptors. I mean, some of these look pretty bad in terms of like long-term holds, but the reality is hype is hype, and they are some of the first projects ever. This one actually looks quite good. Aptomingos. It was a free mint. They have 100,000 followers. The thing is with hype is these are going to be the first in the top 10 first projects to launch on Aptos. And, let's say Aptos does gain traction in 5-6 years, then the very, very first NFT projects, some of them will probably be legacy projects and perform quite well. We saw the original Ethereum NFTs obviously exploded in price because they were the first ones. Similar thing could happen on Aptos. I'm not saying it will happen, but a lot of these aren't minted yet, and you can get airdrops to them. So I recommend checking out these 5. There are more good NFT projects launching. Join the Discord to some of these projects, the ones that you can join. Bullen, I think you can join as well. And join the Discords, get involved, and see if you can get participating in a whitelist. It just takes, as I said, if you set up a folder with Aptos Airdrops, then it probably only takes a few minutes to go through these. So I hope you guys did enjoy these top tips. I am going to keep you guys updated with some of my other airdrop strategies. I've done a lot in the past few days, though, because I've given you guys Arbitrum, Layer Zero, and now Aptos. So I want to give you guys maybe a few days break to start getting on top of completing the tasks here if you are airdrop grinding at the moment, like a lot of other people are as well. So I probably won't do another airdrop video tomorrow because I've done a lot, but I will keep you guys updated with new airdrops on my Twitter. And also I want to start doing it on my TikTok because sometimes I don't want to. So say there's a real small cap project, right? And that project has like a $1 million market cap and it has an airdrop. Sometimes I don't like tweeting about these projects because even though I never will ever take a paid thread, people accuse me of paid threads on the small caps. And sometimes I don't really want my account to be to have a bad look on Twitter where people are just thinking I'm shilling small caps all the time. Because although like I'm obviously not paid and I generally just enjoy this stuff, I don't know, posting about small caps all the time on Twitter, for some reason, the Twitter community doesn't love it. And for some reason, it's not a good look. But I think on TikTok, this is a platform where I can actually share these smaller airdrops with you. And they're free to get into. They're just for the real small niche projects that not many people know about. And I think TikTok's the perfect place for me to actually share this. So if you aren't following, there's obviously it's the first link in the description for my social medias. I recommend following because that's where I'm going to keep you guys updated with the short form content. The airdrops that I won't post on Twitter, I'll just post on TikTok because it's just easier for me to do it on TikTok. Quick, short videos, alpha packed videos. I just did a video on the statistics behind why the metaverse is growing a lot faster than we think. I did a video controversially on why ETH could overtake BTC. I'm sorry, BTC maxis. There is some compelling evidence. And then I also did a thread on how you can, I mean, this sounds crazy, but how you can actually achieve 6 figures in a bear market. So make sure you follow me, comment done on the latest post, and I'll reply and message you if you won $100. And yeah, that's the TikTok. Make sure you do sign up. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed the show. I'm going live on Instagram now. So let me just get the live stream ready because I haven't been live on Insta in like how long? Like a few days, like almost a week. So I want to go live there and have a chat with you guys because the market's starting to heat up. I did say I would check the trading side of things. Okay, not much has happened. We did have a pretty clean bounce off 20K though. But if I was going to long 20K, I'd long 20K. I wouldn't long 20.1. So let's just see how we react to this area. I'm live on Instagram right now though. So let me just get that up. Cool. I'm live on Instagram. So yeah, link in the description. Come join the Instagram. Come hang out with me and we will talk about some potential trades and chill. All right. Hope you all enjoyed the show. I will see you in the next one. Peace out.